So when I was engaged, there was 1 year of engagement. So during that 1 year, I went to Mount Abu, and it just clicked with me. I don't want to get married. That was my first reaction. Now I don't want to get married. So then I spoke to my fiance, and he said, it's okay. We will live like this. See, anything that brings your energy down. The only difference is, earlier we said, if we want to practice celibacy, we have to leave home and go. Once you understand I'm a soul, this is my body. Lust is not a need of the body. Lust is just a thought in the mind. And today, if you see all the vices that are there, all the problems that are there on the planet are from these 5 vices. Because the vices, Lobh, Moha, Ahankar. 5. Whether it's corruption, whether it's terrorism, whether it's everything to do with lust, we are seeing it is from these 5 vices. Unless we overcome these 5 vices, we cannot change Bharat. We cannot change the world, because these vices are only increasing. So that cycle, Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kal Yug. So vices क्या चाहते जा रहे हैं? अति में जा रहे हैं. अभी घोर कलयुग.
We are in Ghor Kal Yug now.
Yeah, don't you think so? We are waging wars in the name of religion, that religion which came to unite us. That religion was supposed to unite us. What are we doing in the name of religion?
Hasn't it always been there? Generations, kingdoms.
Generations, yes, but we are talking of 2 yugas.
When was it that you felt कि मुझे कुछ, I have to seek something?
No, I was not seeking anything.
Really?
Actually,
Okay.
I was not seeking anything.
Tell me your story.
My
How?
mother
When?
started coming here.
Achha.
And then you know how it is normally talking about it at home and all. But I thought my life was perfect.
Your mother was a housewife?
Yes, a housewife.
Homemaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is about 30 years back.
Ji.
So I was doing my engineering that time. And
Kahan engineering and kahan spiritualism, right? You're a science student.
Yeah.
And yet.
It makes it all the more interesting.
Yes.
Yes, because then whatever I learn, then I look at it very logically, try to analyze it, discern it. I'm not able to just take it as it is. And that's what took me very long also.
कि किसी ने कहा तो
हाँ, वो मेरे से होता नहीं है. So I'm quite...
So how old were you?
When that time? 24, 25, yeah, 23, 24. 20. When she started going, I must be 20, 21. But I didn't agree to come.
Achha.
So she would talk about it at home. I found it like all very strange. I even told my father, stop her from going there. Where is she going? Why are you allowing her to go there? And but I think just her transformation and the vibrations she was radiating in the house just by being there, and her meditation. And now I understand. I didn't understand then. It was her vibrations while she was cooking. So very soon, the rest of the 3 of us in the house were like, okay, humko bhi jana hai. We also want to see what this is all about.
That's your brother, your father,
My father,
and you.
Me, yes.
Okay. You feel that the vibrations in what she was doing?
In the vibrations in the food will change people's minds. Jaisa an, vaisa man is not a statement, it's a power. And now the 27 years, I've seen so much with it, that power. The person cooking for you can change your destiny. That's the power it is. And that's why I keep telling parents, cook for your children. Or at least take care of who's cooking for your children. And at least take care that you eat home food more often and not just sit at home and keep ordering food from outside.
I'm going to get into the food and the dietary aspect soon, because I want to understand, because many of your pravachans, you talk about prasad. So I'm going to come to that. But first, let me come back to your story. So you went there, and what was your first...
I liked it there.
It?
Yeah. I liked it there, but... it was good. It was nice. But some things I couldn't understand logically. So again, that engineering background, scientific, or just my way of thinking, I needed a logical explanation for everything. So that sister, I remember distinctly, she told me, Paramatma यहाँ पढ़ाते. And I was like, okay, आप proof करो. She said, नहीं, proof नहीं कर सकती मैं. I said, तो फिर how will I agree to this like this? So I had quite, so I spent couple of years just in this whole thing.
It was your first exposure to spiritualism?
Yes.
कि घर में और कोई
No,
बाबा?
कुछ भी नहीं. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Now this is in Pune that
yes.
This happened.
Right.
And you're talking how many years ago?
This will be about 30 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
That time 22.
No pressure on you to get married?
Yeah, that's what happened. Then after that. So when I was, I was going there with her, liking it, but Still not understanding everything, and definitely not doing it the way I should be doing it to understand it. So one of the days the sister says, she said, "Aap karke dekho." I said, "Aap prove hi nahi kar rahe mujhe." So I'm not getting that feeling of even wanting to try it like karke. And in this process, by the time I had reached 25, and then my grandparents came. And my grandfather is from Pakistan, so he knew everything about this organization, not in a positive manner at all. So he was very against the whole idea.
कहाँ से आए?
They used to stay in Chandigarh.
Okay.
So they came to Pune and they told my mother, don't spoil the children's life. Don't do all this. And so they told me, you have to decide what you want to do. I said, what do I have to do? They said, get married or get surrendered. I said, surrendered where? So they said, at the center. I said, no, why should I get surrendered? Because I had not even started going. So how can I get surrendered? So they meant you are 25, you have to take a call. What do you want to do? So I just said, okay, get married. I was like, it didn't take me 1 minute also to think, because the other option was not there for me, because I had yet not even experienced that life. So I said, okay, get married. So they said, okay, fine. And they were there and everything was done and everything was fixed. Sab kuch ho gaya tha.
And
fixed.
your husband knew that this was the choice before you?
What?
That या तो आप ब्रह्म कुमारी बन जाओ.
Because my grandparents were like, this is the age.
Surrendered का मतलब become a nun.
Surrendered matlab those who stay at the center, na.
मतलब because that means celibacy, vegetarianism, all जो rules
Basically
हैं.
taking care of the center and doing seva.
हाँ, but those are the preconditions, right?
Preconditions of those staying in the center? Yeah. Those are conditions which we all follow even if we are staying at home actually.
Okay.
Surrendered is just seva. That they are going to be there, so that when we go to the center, they are teaching us meditation. One-on-one, they teach everybody. They are reading out the Murli every day. They are going all over doing seva. So it's seva. So they have chosen to do that. So
and
mostly,
that seva gives purity, according to you? Is that why it's different from the others जो घर में रहते हैं, those who may not do those
see,
do's
at the
and
Brahma
don'ts?
Kumaris, anyone who says I'm part of Brahma Kumaris, they follow all this whether they're staying at the center or at home.
Oh.
That's why it's very beautiful. I love so many things over here. Like everything, now I love everything, but initially also I could see that my mother was living exactly how the center, the sister was living. If she woke up at 4 o'clock, she also woke up at 4 o'clock. So the beautiful thing is there's no difference between the one who's staying at home or the one who's staying in the center. Everybody is a student.
Pardon me for asking this, but doesn't it cause conflict in families? Because
It does.
It does.
Yes, it does. It does initially till they understand it.
Did your in-laws
Yeah.
understand it? Were they conflicted? Ki,
No. So when I was engaged, there was 1 year of engagement. So during that 1 year, I went to Mount Abu, and it just clicked with me. It just clicked, and I was like, I don't want to get married. That was my first reaction. Now I don't want to get married. And my mother is like, this is no game that's going on. Now I want to get and now I don't want to get. I said, no, now I don't want to get married. Because it just came something that I couldn't understand like for 3-4 years when she was taking me. Not that anybody explained anything. It was just nothing. I can't describe it. It just happened. Suddenly I understood everything. Suddenly I said, everything is perfect for me now over here. So then I spoke to my fiancé and he said, it's okay. We will live like this.
and you adopted celibacy.
Yeah, right from day one. And now it's been 27 years.
Your husband is also part of the...
Gradually. He was not that time.
He's a Hindu?
Yes.
And he's a practicing Hindu?
See,
Or he was just born
We are
into...
all Hindus.
No, what I mean to say, some are born into the Hindu faith, but
Yeah.
they may not be practicing Hindus, right?
See, practicing means what? Means puja, part, ritual. Yes, of course he was.
Okay.
And nobody stops us from doing that even today. It's just that we understand the meaning behind it more.
Okay.
We understand what we are doing. So I was practicing Hindu at home. I was in a Christian school. I was in a convent. So I was practicing that over there. So we would have Bible reading in the morning in school. We would say the Christian prayer in school. So my 12 years I've been in a Christian school. It was so ingrained into my system. And at home we were doing puja, part. But I realized that we were doing, but internalizing it and understanding the meaning and about inculcating it into my personal life and changing my sanskars is not what I was doing.
But some of it doesn't go. Like I went to a Fauji school and nationalism, patriotism is it's part of your
Of course.
thing. It doesn't go. It won't go.
Yeah.
At any point of life, if I have to choose a step which would be against
Of course.
it, I will not choose it.
Yes, yes.
It's
Not
part of
at
my
all.
training. It's part of my demeanor.
Right.
I will never be able to.
Right.
वो जो 10-12 साल जो आप स्कूल में बिताते हो, it
100%.
becomes a part of your nature, right? And I guess a part of me doesn't want to shed it also.
Yeah, no, because we're very comfortable and we like it.
Yeah.
It's part of our sanskar. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I've studied Christianity. I've studied how much Hinduism I had learnt at home. But with spiritual principles, now I understand the meaning of it all.
Okay.
So that is what spirituality does. Spirituality only simplifies it and helps us to understand in our normal vocabulary how we have to change our sanskars.
I like how you keep touching.
Because it's here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Explain to me what you wear. You wear a white sari. Most Brahma Kumaris are in white saris. I've seen some in kurtas, white kurtas. And why white and why this outfit?
The ones who stay at home, they wear all normal colored clothes. The ones who are staying at the center, it's a dress code, basically. It's also simplicity. If at the center every sister was wearing like anything and everything, then that doesn't create that purity and that uniformity which you want at the center. So it is only sisters and brothers who are staying at the center who follow the dress code of wearing a white. The ones who are staying at home, they wear all their normal colored clothes. Most of them like to wear white, so they wear it white when they come to the center in the morning. Rest of the day, they are in their colored clothes.
Who decided कि सफ़ेद होना चाहिए? Because in most places they're wearing, the kesariya rang. Most Hindu sects, cults, whatever you want to call
I think
that.
white is for purity.
Purity.
White is for simplicity. White doesn't absorb. White reflects. So white doesn't absorb vibrations of other people.
Why do you not absorb? There could be positive vibrations too, right?
There could be. I'm just saying that white doesn't. White doesn't. Agar aap dekho, that's why when someone leaves the body, everybody wears white.
In India, yes.
Yeah. Why? The reason is there's pain everywhere. And so don't absorb that pain. That's the reason where white is worn.
Okay.
So white doesn't absorb, black absorbs.
Is there a code by which you have to live by? कि ये आपने करना है. Why vegetarianism? Why celibacy? Why white? मतलब ये codes होते हैं आपके लिए?
No, it's not a code. It is explained, and we choose when to do it and how much to do it. Everyone chooses. Everyone.
Why vegetarianism?
Vegetarianism, basic. Sattvic an. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन है. So the food, the vibrations of the food will influence the state of mind of the person. So the non-vegetarian food vibrations, what would it be in a slaughterhouse? One, it's death. Before death, there is fear, aggression, helplessness, pain, violence, and then death. So that's tamasic bhojan, no? It has proteins. It may be good for physical health, though now even doctors say it's not. But vibrational wise, it's the lowest energy that I can consume.
So if somebody comes for your satsang and they have consumed tamasic bhojan,
Oh, they all come.
will they be able to absorb your teachings?
Yes, of course. Today, so many are absorbing just sitting at home, watching from television. है ना? But when they start and they want to start taking their energy higher, which means you want to raise your vibrations, this will help. So it's not over there, you have to do this. It's not you have to. It's like a doctor. You go to a doctor, the doctor will give you the medicine. So that medicine is the gyan. Then the doctor will say, you know what, take care. Don't do this, do this. So those are like parhez. परहेज बताएंगे ना डॉक्टर, आप ऐसे नहीं करो. नाउ इट्स अप टू द पेशेंट ना,
Okay,
कि वो कितने कर सकते हैं, कितने नहीं कर सकते हैं. या बट जितने करेंगे दे विल हील फास्टर.
That's also true.
So it is that way.
See, remember when we were talking about how your grandparents had heard, and इसलिए they said कि नहीं, या तो तुम इस तरफ जाओ या ये path लो. There is no mingling of the two, right? So this is what happens when it comes to when people talk about Brahma Kumaris. नहीं, फिर तुमको ये करना पड़ेगा. As compared to say going to Sadguru or Shri Ravi Shankar, आप उनके टीचिंग्स फॉलो भी कर सकते हैं और अपनी ज़िंदगी भी जी सकते हैं। लेकिन अगर आप ब्रह्म कुमारी हो जाओगे तो आपकी बेटी या आपका बेटा जो है वो फैमिली लाइफ से अलग हो जाएगा। अ वुमन विल स्टॉप हैविंग वात्सल्य सेंटिमेंट्स। वो अपने बच्चों की तरफ वैसे नहीं देखेगी। शी लुक एट यू एज अ ह्यूमन, नॉट सो मच एज अ चाइल्ड। डज दैट हैपन?
We should call some of them to ask them what their experiences are.
Okay.
See, lust, yes, becomes an issue. That becomes an issue. It becomes an issue in every family when one of the family members starts coming. Some of them don't adopt celibacy, and that's also fine. Again, I'm saying it's not you have to. You don't have to. You're taught. It's up to, we are making it such a big issue today, though we know it from every religion. What does Srimad Bhagavad Gita say? काम विकार नर्क का द्वार है. See, we have read our scriptures, we have studied our scriptures. Question is, how much of it did we bring into our daily life?
But Shivani ji, excuse me for interrupting, but शास्त्रों में ये भी लिखा है कि पहले आप ब्रह्मचारी होंगे, फिर आप गृहस्थ होंगे, उसके बाद वानप्रस्थ होंगे, फिर after that sannyas.
Yeah.
So every stage of life they have told you that you need to go through these to understand the value of what you're going into and what you have experienced.
Right.
एक टाइम पीरियड होता है जब आप गृहस्थ जीवन, तो उसमें आप काम होगा.
गृहस्थ आश्रम भी तो है ना शास्त्रों में.
हाँ, करेक्ट.
गृहस्थ आश्रम भी है.
हाँ.
तो गृहस्थ आश्रम क्या होगा?
कि आप अपने ड्यूटीज निभाएंगे टुवर्ड्स आश्रम.
आज गृहस्थ आश्रम नहीं है ना. आज गृहस्थ कैसे हो गया है? See, anything that brings your energy down. The only difference is, earlier we said if we want to practice celibacy, we have to leave home and go.
हाँ.
है ना? So that nobody had any problem with that. कि घर छोड़ के जाओ, आप दूर जाकर रहो, आश्रम में रहो, जंगल में रहो, पहाड़ों में रहो, and फिर आप इसको कर सकते हैं. But then everybody can't do that. Everybody can't leave home and go. And also it was believed that you will not be able to do it living at home.
Correct. Which is why Siddharth Buddha wala.
Yeah.
He left home.
But then actually everyone who's doing it here finds it very easy. इतना natural लगता है. कुछ भी नहीं है. Once you understand I'm a soul, this is my body. Lust is not a need of the body. Lust is just a thought in the mind. And today if you see all the vices that are there, all the problems that are there on the planet are from these 5 vices. Because the vices, lobh, moha, ahankar. 5. Whether it's corruption, whether it's terrorism, whether it's everything to do with lust, we are seeing it is from these 5 vices. Unless we overcome these 5 vices, we cannot change Bharat, we cannot change the world. Because these vices are only increasing. So that cycle, सत्युग, त्रेता युग, द्वापर युग, कलयुग. सो वाइसेस क्या चाहते जा रहे हैं? अति में जा रहे हैं. अभी घोर कलयुग.
We are in घोर कलयुग now.
Yeah, don't you think so? We are waging wars in the name of religion, that religion which came to unite us. That religion was supposed to unite us. What are we doing in the name of religion?
Hasn't it always been there? Generations, kingdoms.
Generations, yes, but we are talking of 2 yugas. When religion started, which means when the prophets gave us that religion, that knowledge, that wisdom, it was for our purity, for our peace, for compassion, forgiveness, unity.
But even in Treta Yuga there were wars. Even in Dwarpa, no?
That's then again. See, we have to understand. Satyug, Treta Yuga, when there are Devi Devtas, there cannot be any Asur. It is a perfect world. From Dwapar Yuga, to explain it to everybody, the win of truth over evil, the good over evil. So then we explain that yes, there is a Devi Devta and there is an Asur. But actually what are we teaching? We are saying we have divinity also and we have our vices also. And if I let my divinity overpower my vices, then I will invoke that divinity within. So it is to teach us. कि बेटा होना चाहिए तो कैसा होना चाहिए, पत्नी होनी चाहिए तो कैसी होनी चाहिए. तो हमने कहा सीता जी जैसी होनी चाहिए, श्री राम जैसा होना चाहिए, लक्ष्मण जैसा भाई होना चाहिए, भरत जैसा. So what were being taught? We were being taught sanskars. We were being taught to be divine like them. right? So that divinity is what we were being taught. But Satyug, Treta Yug में only Devi Devtas. Dwapar Yug se when vices started. So the war is actually between the good and the evil sanskar. And now the time is घोर कलयुग. But घोर कलयुग के बाद क्या आएगा? अब क्या आएगा घोर कलयुग के बाद?
You tell me.
आप बताइए, रात के बाद क्या आता है? रात के बाद क्या आएगा?
Dawn.
Yeah. So that is why the Prime Minister said that day, राम राज्य अब आना है. अमृत काल चल रहा है.
तो अमृत काल राम राज्य के लिए हम वेट करें या कुछ करें उसके लिए?
You think it will come on its own?
That's what I asked.
It cannot, right? Nothing can. Who created this Kalyug? We created this Kalyug. How did we create it? With all our vices. How will we create Satyug? With our purity. With our purity. With these vices, Satyug does not get created. This Satyug, these vices, you see what all is happening in society with vices. People, girls are not safe in their own homes. Children are not safe in their own homes. Is this called progress of the country or the world? Is this progress? पहले हम पड़ोसी के घर में भी सेफ थे. आज हम अपने घर में सेफ नहीं है. Is this progress? This is not progress. Outer progress. आंतरिक depletion.